Thank you very much for tuning in. We have got a volleyball broadcast coming your way, non-league match between Granada and Flagler. Due to a possible gas leak at the Granada High School, the game was moved to here at the lovely Lamar Community Building. Thank you very much for tuning in this evening. This is the Scooters Coffee Game of the Week. Scooters Coffee inviting all sports fans to stop by 1231 North Main Street, Lamar today to enjoy specialty coffee, iced drinks, blenders, smoothies, teas, and baked from scratch pastries and more. Their convenient and fast drive-thru will get you in and out and onto the ball game. Scooters Coffee, amazing people, serving amazing drinks, amazingly fast. We're going to take a quick 30-second break, and then we're back here on KVAY to bring you some volleyball pregame back in 30. Getting ready to bring you some pregame once again here at the Lamar Community Building. Granada versus Flagler in a non-league volleyball matchup. This is the Tri-State Body Shop pregame report. Chad and his team at Tri-State Body Shop are proud supporters of high school athletics and wish both teams the best of luck. Tri-State Body Shop in Lamar, known for great quality work when it comes to things like auto body repair, painting, auto service, and windshield replacement, just to name a few. Tri-State Body Shop, 204 West Poplar in Lamar, always striving to take care of all your auto body repair needs. Big thank you to them for bringing us our pregame show. Non-league matchup was supposed to happen in Granada, but due to possible gas leak, moved it here to the community building, which actually a little bit of a short of a drive for old Flagler, about 2 hours up from here. But Granada heading into this game 15-2 on the season on a 4-game winning streak. They were on, I believe, a 12-game winning streak before running into defending state champs, the McClave Lady Cardinals. That's just always a tough matchup. But Granada 15-2. The two losses, High Plains and McClave. McClave ranked 3rd in the state. High Plains ranked 9th, right below Granada, currently ranked 8th in the state. Granada is just a very strong team. You know, just barely missed out on regionals last year, but are back with a vengeance and have had one heck of a season so far. You know, top to bottom, just great work. You know, some great incoming freshmen, and the athletes they already had just got even better. Now, Flagler, a little bit more of an unknown to me. Never called a Flagler game in anything before. But, you know, looking at their max preps and such, 10-6 on the season. Most recent games, they had 3 tournament games over the weekend, 1-2 against some strong teams. Looking at, they're currently ranked 18th in the state. Best win, though, they swept Evangelical Christian Academy earlier this year. Evangelical Christian ranked 11th in the state, 15-3. You know, pretty strong. Expecting a good game, nonetheless, though, between the considered home team Granada Lady Bobcats and the visiting Flagler Lady Panthers. Flagler had a good few people come down here for this, and, you know, Granada, despite not being, you know, at the school like it normally is, they still are flooding the place with green, which is always great to see. You know, Granada, lovely, lovely fan base when it comes to their high school sports. Loving my view here, as you may see on the live stream. Once again, live streaming on YouTube and Facebook by the channel names KVAY1057. So be sure to check out the stream if you're interested. And also here, of course, on the radio, Your Sports Authority. Got a lovely view right here at courtside. You know, here at the scorers table, big thank you to Arca Valley Vision Care of Lamar and La Junta. Are dry, itchy, or even watery eyes making daily tasks difficult? Arca Valley Vision Care can help. Talk to them about your symptoms and a prescription medication eye drops can help. Arca Valley Vision Care has you covered. They're just a phone call away. Relief is in sight. In Lamar, call 336-3111. And in La Junta, 383-0134. Arca Valley Vision Care, your clear choice for clear vision. You know, got a beautiful view here at courtside. Granada versus Flagler volleyball action. Going to take another break. We're back in 1 minute here on KVAY. Thank you very much for tuning in this this Thursday evening. Granada versus Flagler getting underway here soon between the considered home team Lady Bobcats and the visiting Lady Panthers, coming up a couple hours from Flagler. Granada in their white jerseys with the green lettering and trim, while Flagler black jerseys with some orange lettering and trim. As game getting underway here soon. That JV game earlier, Flagler winning 25-16 in the first set, but Granada bringing it back 27-25 and 15-8. The JV squad for the Lady Bobcats showing a lot of heart earlier as well, able to get a comeback sweep there. But right now, varsity game about to get underway, non-league matchup. Granada 15-2. Just narrowly missed out on the postseason last year, but now are just back with a vengeance. My goodness, great team of the Lady Bobcats. Called quite a few of their games this year, and basically everybody on that varsity lineup is a threat that you got to figure out one way or another how to deal with them or try to deal with them. Well, Flagler, once again, a little bit more unknown to me, but seemed like a very solid team, ranked 18th in the state. Seemed finally punching up their weight class, as when Evangel Christian Academy was ranked in the top 10 earlier this season, they got swept by Flagler. Flagler currently ranked 18th, but could be a misleading ranking there. But Granada versus Flagler, volleyball getting underway soon. Believe we'll be doing the national anthem. That's, of course, brought to you by Bison Title Company. Bison Title Company proudly serving your abstract and real estate title needs. Call them today at 336-2242 or stop by 121 South Main Street in Lamar. Thank you to Bison Title Company for bringing us our national anthem. As we will take a break for the national anthem, and then we're back on KVAY. Thank you very much for tuning in this evening. We have got a sports broadcast coming your way. Flagler at Granada here at the Lamar Community Building. Played due to other circumstances at the Granada High School. But visiting Flagler Lady Panthers, getting ready to play Granada Lady Bobcats. Just got on with the national anthem, brought to you by Bison Title Company. One flag, one land, one heart, one hand, one nation, under God forevermore. Bison Title Company, proudly serving your abstract and real estate title needs. Now we're getting ready to bring you the starting lineups powered by Evergreen Electric. Electrical needs are something you do not mess around with. It's something you leave to the professionals like Evergreen Electric. Doing business locally while taking care of all your electrical needs. while staying on top of the latest trends in custom lighting, security lighting, and LED lighting. They can handle your residential, commercial, and ag service needs and repairs. Contact Davey at 719-691-1872 or Bowman at 719-353-2410. Here are your starting lineups powered by Evergreen Electric. First off, for the starting Flagler squad, they have got Isabel Shear, the senior, wearing number 2. Riley Berry, the sophomore, wearing number 3. Sydney Berry, the junior, wearing number 4. Mackenzie Schulte, the junior, wearing number 5. Claire Hermes, the junior, wearing number 6. Alexis Witt, the senior, wearing number 10. And Kyra Boljak, the senior, wearing number 17, the libero. Then for the home team, Grenada Lady Bobcats, number 7, Emery Marquez Nugebauer, the sophomore. Number 8, Layla Pizarro, the freshman. Number 9, Nicole Melendez, the freshman libero. We're number 11, Emerson Hernandez, the senior. We're number 12, Desirana Quintana, the junior. Number 13, Kinsley Williams, the junior. And we're number 14, Cameron Coleman, the freshman. Those are your starting lineups powered by Evergreen Electric. Big thank you to them for bringing us our starting lineups. Appreciate them. And appreciate you for tuning in on a Thursday evening for some volleyball action coming your way. Grenada, Flagler. Grenada 15-2, Flagler 10-6. Lady Bobcats from Grenada ranked 8th in the state, while Flagler ranked 18th. Game about to get underway. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your broadcaster, Ethan Smith-Senna, here at the Lamar Community Building. Grenada versus Flagler getting underway right now. Serving first for the Lady Bobcats will be Kinsley Williams. As first serve of the game by Williams, up and over the net, received by the Flagler side, and that'll be an ace for Kinsley Williams of the Grenada Lady Bobcats. Just like that, starting it off quick for him. 1-0 lead for Grenada. Williams, the junior. Serve there, right over the net. This time Flagler. Here comes their third hit, up and over the net, received in the back by Marquez Nugebauer. Williams setting up Hernandez, left side, strong attack, received by Flagler. Flagler, here comes third hit, left side, up and over the blockers, received by Williams, in the back by Marquez Nugebauer, over and 3 by Hernandez. Flagler ball. Here comes third hit down the middle, up and over the blocker, received by Williams. A little miscommunication, but they pop it over in 3. Flagler with ball. Here comes their third hit. Number 6 block there, but back on the Grenada side. Good work by Coleman. Coleman third hit and a thunderous shot there. One heck of a start and volley. As, you know, these Grenada Lady Bobcats, they are an energetic bunch to say the least. So 2-0 early in the first set. Grenada leads against Flagler. Flagler, third hit up and over. Dug up. Williams and Coleman coming in. Back-to-back Cameron Coleman kills. Assisted by Williams once again. Hey, would like to give a big thank you to the Grenada School District and Silwa's Liquor Store in Grenada. 21 to enter, 21 to purchase. Thank you to them for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. Williams with another serve. Started off with an ace. Then Cameron Coleman with back-to-back kills. Bumped over in 3 by Riley Berry. Grenada side, third hit. Coleman once again. Back-to-back. Cameron Coleman, you know, in that pregame show was... You know, like I was saying, the Lady Bobcats have plenty of players who, you know, you need to figure out answers for. And Coleman, the freshman for them, is a big one. Her timing is great there right at the net. Her kills are very, very tough to defend. So let's see how Flagler adjusts and adapts throughout the game. Flagler down to an early 4-0 deficit. Up and over the blockers. Pretty solid at that are the Lady Panthers. Here comes third day Hernandez, left side, too strong. Flagler gets their first point. Serving for the visiting Lady Panthers of Flagler, Sydney Berry, the junior. Hey, let's thank the Grenada Stop to Shop and CNC Duval Ranch Red Angus Beef, breeding the best and eating the rest. Thank you to both them for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. Flagler, 2 quick points. They trail 2-4 here in the first set. Non-league game. Lady Bobcats, 4-game winning streak, 15-2 on the season. Almost an ace. Good work by the Lady Bobcats to get past it, though. as it just lipped off the top of the net, fell right on down. Great work there to dig it out for the Lady Bobcats. Serving Emerson Hernandez. She's got a strong jump serve from the right side, dropping in the middle. Flagler unable to stay alive, hitting that little antenna there. Point for the Lady Bobcats. I don't see it too often. I rarely even see it once a game. But already early on, hitting the antenna at the top of the net. Here comes third hit Flagler. Left side block there by Coleman. But they're saying point for Flagler. As a Grenada violation there. Let's also thank Joe's Sewer Rooter Service and My Wholesale Products, located at 105 South Main Street here in Lamar. Thank you to them for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. On the Flagler side, third hit from the middle. Barry up and over the blocker, but Little Strong goes out. Grenada retains their 4-point lead. Getting ready to serve here, freshman Cameron Coleman. Hey, let's also thank Hoffman Insurance Agency and Garden City Regional Airport for sponsoring these sports broadcasts. Cameron Coleman, strong jump serve from down the middle, and that will be an ace. Couldn't be received properly by Gordillo back there for the Flagler Lady Panthers. 5-point lead for Grenada. And hey, speaking of Grenada, tomorrow night on YouTube and Facebook only, I'll have the call for Grenada at Cheyenne Wells in some 6-man football. While on the radio tomorrow at 7 p.m. will be Holly at Springfield 8-man football. Service error there by Coleman results in a Flagler point. They trail 4-8 against the home team Lady Bobcats here at the Lamar Community Building. Serve there. Too strong, goes out. Point for Grenada. Back-to-back service errors, one for each team. Now serving Layla Pizarro, another freshman who's just shown a lot of great attributes for this home team Lady Bobcat squad. Up and over the net, and that'll be an ace. I believe the third one of the game already for Grenada. They lead this first set 10-4. Let's thank some more sponsors like Rancher Supply Lamar and Lahana, People's Credit Union of Lamar and Springfield, and Colorado Mills. But service error, it's already happened twice this game, so might as well talk about it. But something I've noticed, at least every time I've called a game, more often than not, somebody hits an ace right after it. Service error, normally right into the net. Up and over. Flagler almost responding with an ace in kind, but over and 3 by Pizarro on the recovery. Flagler setting up right side. Blocked there by Desriana Quintana. Timed that perfectly. Blocking it on down on the solo. Now serving Emily Marquez Neugebauer, the sophomore for him. Lovely to see the Lady Bobcats, all sporting pink arm sleeves. For Breast Cancer Awareness Month, that's always great to see. On the Grenada side, third hit, Emerson Hernandez off the hands of the blockers. Flagler's got ball. Here comes third hit, setting up left side, receiving the back by Cameron Coleman. Now here comes third hit, Hernandez once again left side, another reception by Flagler. Third a hit, same one who received it. Blocked there, but Flagler keeps it alive, over and 3, received by Coleman. Now setting up Quintana. Desriana Quintana with a strong kill, coming in with the momentum. Another big assist for Kinsley Williams. As the Flagler Lady Panthers trail this game 5 points to 5 points to 12 on the scoreboard. Let's thank some more sponsors like Cheyenne County Abstract and Cheyenne Wells, Cook Oil Fuel Services in Walsh, the Historic Cow Palace Inn, and Lamar Auto Parts. Thank you to our sponsors. Appreciate the support. Grenada up to an early 7-point lead here in the first set. Marquez Neugebauer, jump serve from down the middle. And Flagler lets it go out as it goes out of bounds. Flagler 6, Grenada 12 here at the community building. Now serving number 10, Alexis Witt, the senior, for the visiting Lady Panthers of Flagler. Received by Pizarro a little high, but they corral it back in. Bumped over in 3 by Coleman. On the Flagler side, setting up an attack from left side. Partially blocked. Great dig by Marquez Neugebauer in the back on the Flagler side. Here comes third hit once again. Past the blockers. Quintana gets it up, though, over in 2 by Coleman. Now here comes third hit, number 4 once again. And getting a kill that time. Number 4, Sydney Barry, has been good asset for the Flagler Lady Panthers early on in this game. Just really pressuring Grenada there. Served there by Alexis Witt. Good dig. Up and over in 2 on the little tap by Williams. Great dig in the back by Coleman, but they're unable to pop it back in. Goes into the stands. 3 straight points for Flagler to cut their deficit to 4. Once again, if you don't know, we're broadcasting this. We started live streaming on our YouTube and Facebook, both going by the names of KVAY 1057. Be sure to check those out for the live video streaming if you're interested, as Quintana going opposite, leaving that one just in the bounds of play. A big kill for Quintana, her second. Now serving Desriana Quintana, the junior for Grenada. Hey, let's thank Jane and Shoes and Mr. D Sports, Da Vinci Physical Therapy, and Brew Unto Others. Thank you to our sponsors. Jump serve there, received. Bumped high up. Here comes third hit from the middle, popped over. Now Pizarro bumped up. Third hit, Coleman down middle. Great reception by Flagler, over and 1. Coleman. Williams setting up Hernandez, partially blocked. Flagler's got it. Here comes their third hit. Number 4 pops it up over. Great reception. Popped up high. Standing left shot right over the net by Hernandez. Great finesse to it. Third hit by Flagler, and that'll be a kill by number 5 on the right side, Mackenzie Schulte. As Flagler sees a substitution, Isabel Shear to the bench, coming to serve. Kyra Boljak, the senior libero. Scoreboard reads 9-13 here. Flagler down by 4 against the home team Lady Bobcats here at the Lamar Community Building. You know, the Bobcat faithful, you know, despite not being at home, you know, have loaded it up with a sea of green here at the community building. Back in action, jump serve there, received in the back by Pizarro. Grenada third hit, Cameron Coleman, strong kill in the back row. Good work by Coleman. Another great assist by Williams. And Williams has got some picture-perfect assist and work, you know, just great sets day in, day out by Kinsley Williams. On the Flagler side, here comes third hit, number 6, up and over, received by Quintana. Now setting up Hernandez left side, tipping off the front of the net. Flagler, third hit, number 6 going oppo, but too strong, goes out. Point for Grenada. Going for that was Clara Hermes, but goes out. 15-9. Grenada leads. Served by Kinsley Williams, her second of the game, 16-9 in favor of the Lady Bobcats. Hey, let's also thank A1 Rental and Sales, GN Bank of Lamar Needs, Cooks Floor and Wall, and Community Insurance Agency. As subs for Flagler, Brent going in, Hermes going out. Jump serve by Williams for Grenada. On the Flagler side, the Panthers up and over, but looked like a little bit of a double hit, and it is point for Grenada. As Flagler got it to within 3, and just like that, the Lady Bobcats sprinted back into action. Timeout called by the Flagler Lady Panthers as they trail by 8 points early in the first set against Grenada here at the Lamar Community Building. We're back in 30 seconds here on KVAY. Getting ready to resume this volleyball broadcast for you. Grenada versus Flagler. 17-9 is the score. Lady Bobcats lead this game by 8 points here in the first set. Been a fun one so far. As we come out of the Eads Consumer Supply timeout, called by the Lady Panthers, visiting in from a couple hours north. Served there by Kinsley Williams. Flagler. Here comes their third hit. They set it on over and just barely out. Point for Grenada as they've doubled up on Flagler. Still serving Kinsley Williams. Let's also thank Tri-County Ford, Coberly Realty, Wallace Gas and Oil, and Fellowship Credit Union. Served by Williams. Third hit for Flagler, right side, partially blocked, received. Quintana keeps it alive, diving for it. Great hustle in the back by Quintana for Grenada. Flagler third hit, popping it right over. Great attack, but good reception by Pizarro. Good on defense this game so far. Strong kill attempt and attack by Hernandez to give Grenada the 10-point lead here in the first set. Let's also thank Cook Oil Company in Walsh, Tavern 1301, Prowers Medical Center, and Golden Plains Insurance Agency. Served there by Williams. And bumping into the net there, number 5 of Flagler. Grenada takes an 11-point lead. Flagler with the substitution. Still serving is Kinsley Williams, who just at the service line for Grenada with another ace, her third of the game. 21-9, Lady Bobcats lead this game here in the first set. Another timeout called for Flagler as that last one, after they came out of it, let up 5 in a row there. So, looking for a timeout, trying to get her team's heads, back in the game there. As Lady Bobcats lead 21-9 here at the community building in the first set. We're going to take a 30-second break, and then we're back here on KVAY. This timeout is getting ready to conclude as you're tuning in here on KVAY this Thursday night varsity volleyball game. Grenada versus Flagler here at the community building. Served there by Kinsley Williams. Another ace, believe her 4th of the game, and it is just barely the first set. 22-9 for Grenada with a, so far, pretty dominant performance. As Flagler, they got up. It was about 7-13 earlier. But then Lady Bobcats since then have just got him, and they get him again. Cameron Coleman, heavy-handed with the spike, just taking it to him. 23-9 in favor of Grenada here. Kinsley Williams, gives them it is a great lineup in the front. Pizarro, Hernandez, and Quintana, and in the back, Marquez Coleman in the front, Quintana in the back. Block there by Cameron Coleman and Emerson Hernandez for a big block there. Set point for Grenada. Still at the service line. Kinsley Williams. Served there, received by Flagler. They keep it alive over in 3. Good dig there. Here comes third, a hit. And will be a kill there for the home team. Grenada Lady Panthers with a statement win in the first set, 25-9. Taking down the Flagler Lady Panthers in a quick order there. Currently in between sets, thank you to Peacock Funeral Home, our in between set sponsor. You can visit them at 209 South 4th Street in Lamar or call 336-2234. Peacock Funeral Home, your trusted partner in times of need. 25-9, Grenada takes care of business in that first set in quick order. Hey, would like to remind you, got plenty of sports broadcasts coming your way this week. Tomorrow, 2 football games. Radio exclusive on 105.7 FM will be Holly at Springfield 8-man football, 7 p.m. start time tomorrow. Also tomorrow at 7 p.m., I'll have a 6-man football, Grenada at Cheyenne Wells, exclusively on YouTube and Facebook, so be sure to check that out tomorrow as well. Got 2 football games, Springfield and Holly on the radio with the Grenada at Cheyenne Wells 6-man football game on YouTube and Facebook tomorrow. Gonna take a 30-second break, then back here on KVAY. Thank you very much for tuning in this evening. Thursday night volleyball action, non-league game. Grenada 15-2, 4-game winning streak. Hosting Flagler 10-6, went 1-2 on their last games over the weekend at a tournament. Flagler 10-6, ranked 18th in the state in 1A, while Grenada ranked 8th in the state with a 15-2 overall record. Their 2 losses being to McClave and High Plains. some very top-notch competition in the state. And Granada, though, taking care of business in that first set, 25-9. Second set about to get underway. Would like to thank McClave State Bank, Eads Consumer Supply, Ace Tire Service, and Peacock Funeral Home, along with Evergreen Electric. Thank you to them for sponsoring these sports broadcasts. Once again, we got 8-man and 6-man football coming your way tomorrow. 8-man on the radio, 6-man on YouTube and Facebook. Then on Saturday will be softball regionals on the radio. We'll have the Lamar games up at Lions for that regional. Then I'll have the call at Wiley High School this Saturday for the Southeast Colorado Angels. So so we got live streaming and a radio games tomorrow and on Saturday. So be sure to stay tuned for those. Right now, though, getting back into action, serving for Flagler, the visiting Lady Panthers, will be Riley Berry, the sophomore wearing number 3. Jump serve there. Second set officially underway. Granada leads 1-0. Great little misdirect dink over by Williams. Flagler, though, great reaction time to get there in time. Third hit, though, Emerson Hernandez with the kill. Set up there by Kinsley Williams. Let's also thank Bison Title Company, Tri-State Body Shop, Arc Valley Vision Care, and Scooters Coffee. Thank you to our when even the slightest foul occurs. But the Lady Bobcats don't let that affect their rhythm at all, as Cameron Coleman, another big kill right down the middle, assisted by Williams. Coming to serve, Emerson Hernandez, the senior. I believe the lone senior on the starting lineup for the Lady Bobcat varsity squad. Third hit over by Schulte. Third hit, Cameron Coleman setting it right over. Great dig there by number 10, Witt. Then over and 3 by Flagler, received by Hernandez. Grenada ball. Third hit, Cameron Coleman coming in on the downhill. As Cameron Coleman with a big kill there. 3-1. Grenada leads this second set. Jump serve, Emerson Hernandez up and over. Flagler ball. Third hit, Schulte setting it over. Great work by that was actually number 4, Sydney Berry, getting that to work. Now serving the libero, Kyra Boljak. There's Boljak for Flagler, getting ready to serve. That first set was pretty close for about the first 6-7 points, and then after that, Lady Bobcats just took it to him. As once again coming on the downhill, Cameron Coleman, I believe her third kill in this set, as they only lead 4-2. Cameron Coleman, the freshman, has been a standout for this Grenada squad. Serving here, Cameron Coleman, the freshman. Jump serve there. Received by Flagler. Bumped up by Schulte. Bumped over in 3 by Hermes. Third hit. Now coming in with a strong attack is Quintana, but slapping down on the net. Point for Flagler as they stay within a point's reach here at Grenada. Serving here will be Sydney Berry. Hey, let's also thank the Grenada School District and Silva's Liquor Store. You must be 21 to enter, 21 to purchase out in Grenada. Thank you to them for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. Flagler's side with the volleyball. Third hit coming in, partially blocked, and big kill there for number 3, Riley Berry. As Flagler, losing that first set pretty big to Grenada, 25-9. Just looking to keep their composure and just stay on Grenada this whole second set. A little too strong in the serve, goes out. Grenada regains a 1-point lead here. Lady Bobcats, no substitutions. They are not a team that substitutes very often. Jump serve by Pizarro right down the middle, and that will be an ace for Layla Pizarro for Grenada. Let's also thank Grenada Stomp to Shop and CNC Duval Ranch Red Angus Beef, breeding the best and eating the rest. Thank you to them for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. Jump serve incoming for Grenada. Pizarro up and over the net, received by Flagler. Flagler bump up. Here comes third hit by Berry. Great dig, but loses control, goes out here into the stands, into the sea of green. Like I was saying, Grenada had to cancel school today and also cancel the, move the game here to the community building due to a possible gas leak over there. But, despite being 20 minutes away from Grenada, still have just an absolutely full crowd as Flagler gets it over to tie it up 6-6 once again here. Serving is number 5, Mackenzie Schulte. Serve there. All received, and that'll be an ace for Schulte of Flagler to take the lead 7-6 here in the second set. Granada still leads the game 1-0 with a dominant 25-9 victory in that first set. Mackenzie Schulte getting back to the service line. The junior with a nice serve. Received. Popped up. Here comes third hit. Quintana. And sending it towards the back. Received by Boljak. Here comes third hit. Number 6 pops it up and over, courtesy of Hermes. Third hit by Cameron Coleman. Received way in the back. And that'll be another big kill for Coleman to tie it up 7 each for both squads. Hey, let's also thank Joe's Sewer Rooter Service and My Wholesale Products in Lamar. Give them a call at 336-0661. Leave a message, as well if nobody answers. Serve there, received by Granada, up and over, but blocked there to slam it down. Number 3, Riley Berry, as Flagler taking the early initiative. They lead 8-7 here in the second set, while in the first set only scoring 9. As that first set, a little bit of a wake-up call for the visiting Lady Panthers, looking to take it to Granada. Third hit, Emerson Hernandez, left side, partially blocked. Good dig, up and over in 2 by Flagler. Great awareness, resilience. But third hit is Quintana, but getting blocked right at the net there. Flagler takes a 2-point lead here in the second set, 9-7. Hey, let's thank Hoffman Insurance Agency, Garden City Regional Airport, and Rancher Supply Lamar and Lahana. Thank you to our sponsors. Hernandez with a great spike, but Flagler unable to get it over in 3. A little miss hit there by Riley Berry. Puts Granada back within 1. Getting ready to serve here, Desirana Quintana, the junior. Yeah, this Granada squad, just believe 1 senior, 1 sophomore, then 2 freshmen, 2 juniors. Flagler, here comes their third hit. Blocked there, but staying alive. Over in 3. Now Williams setting up Cameron Coleman, and she just pops it right on over to make it 9-all here in the second set. Quintana at the service line still for Granada. Let's also thank People's Credit Union of Lamar and Springfield, Colorado Mills, Cheyenne County Abstract in Cheyenne Wells, and Cook Oil Fuel Services in Walsh. Thank you to our sponsors. As Flagler lets it by him because they think it's going out, but it just stays right in bounds there on the line. Point for Granada. 3 straight points for him to take back a 1-point lead here. 10-9 against Flagler. Yeah, Flagler, poor showing in that first set, but here in the second, they're really showing him here. As a bit of a rotation violation on the Flagler Lady Panthers. As the head coach for them, talking to the down judge, making sure everything's all right, making sure they understand the call. Point for Granada. They lead by 2 here. 4 straight for them. Desirana Quintana. Jump serve from the right side. Receiving the back row by Flagler. Set up right side. Third hit. Lipping off the top of the net. It's just so tough to handle with it when it hits the top of the net. Especially she hit it downward off the net, so it bounced up. You don't really know where it's going to go. Had a little bit of a screwball motion and just made a weird turn and angle. Serve there by Riley Berry. Third hit, though, Cameron Coleman down the line as the Lady Bobcats, especially Coleman, is really very, very pinpoint accurate with those kills. Sends it right down the left line. 12-10, Granada leads the second set on the Prowers Medical Center scoreboard. They lead the game 1-0 here at the Lamar Community Building. Flagler setting up third hit. Past the blockers. Just barely, and they're able to get hands on it, but just a very awkward position to deal with. As Granada only leading by 1 here against Flagler. For the visiting Lady Panthers, serving here, senior Alexis Witt. Lefty serve, received by Pizarro. Third hit, Coleman coming in, blocked! Good work there for Flagler. That's Mackenzie Schulte, as, Coleman was just really getting them in that first set. And now they're learning her timing a little bit. Because that's something, this Flagler team, Flagler not a young team, primarily juniors and seniors. Over in 3 by Granada. While Granada, a little bit of a younger team. Third hit, sending it far back, and gets a kill there to tie it up 12 each. 13-12. Flagler leads this second set. Kind of took that first set despite losing, pretty bad. since then have just really been taken to Grenada. They've learned their habits a little bit better. Third hit there, and Grenada might be getting in their heads a little bit as miss hit there right into the net by Marquez Neugebauer. Not a player that does that very often. This whole Grenada squad normally, very, very consistent when it comes to getting it over the net in just those situations. So Grenada trailing by 2. Cameron Coleman that time gets it partially past the blocker for the kill. They only trail by 1 now, does Grenada. Emerson Hernandez coming to serve. Yeah, Grenada, no substitutions yet. I've called a few Grenada games this year. Don't know if I've seen a sub yet, as their starting lineup is just very, very good and well-rounded. Over in 2 on Coleman. Coleman there at the net, slamming it right on down. Coleman being sure not to hit the net. For a freshman, plenty tall and has some great hops, dunking that one on down. Here comes the serve. Emerson Hernandez received in the back, popped high up. Schulte setting up Sidney Berry over in 3. Third hit, Cameron Coleman. Great reception by Flagler over in 2 by Witz. Third hit, Marquez Neugebauer left side, popping it over. Flagler side, setting up left side, number 4, Sidney Berry. Great little misdirect. Great bump. Over in 2. Wonderful work there by Kinsey Williams to retake the lead for Grenada as they were down by 2 and now back up to being by 1. 15-14 Grenada lead in the second set. Emerson Hernandez, jump serve right side, sending it towards the back, received, popped up by Witz. Number 5, Schulte, blocked. Big block for Pizarro and Coleman. The freshman duo for Grenada putting in work. As just a 2-point lead here for Grenada. Lady Bobcats hosting the visiting Lady Panthers of Flagler. Still serving here is Emerson Hernandez. Jump serve. Popped up high. Flagler ball. Third hit. Block there. Great reception to keep it alive. Over in 2. Good work by Williams. Popping it high up. Number 7, Marquez Neugebauer over the blockers. Flagler side in the center. Hit up and over. And that'll be a big kill there, courtesy of a number 2, Isabel Shear, the senior. Flagler 15, Grenada 16. Grenada winning that first set, though, dominant fashion, 25-9. But Flagler, taking that as learning experience and just, really nipping at the heels here at the Grenada Lady Bobcats here at the community building. Been a very, very fun second set so far. Third hit, Coleman coming in, though. Yeah, she's still very, very tough to deal with as Cameron Coleman, the freshman for Grenada. But Flagler, they've been showing some good sparks here and stomping her so far. They've blocked on her a couple times. That's one thing this Flagler squad has over some of the Grenada squad. Grenada just one senior on the starting lineup, while Flagler primarily seniors with only juniors are the other ones. Up and over in 2. Grenada, good block attempt. Third hit, Quintana to that back left corner as Grenada taking a big 3-point lead, which is honestly I'd consider pretty big here in the second set. Yeah, forcing the head coach of Flagler to call a timeout. We're going to take one with them. Grenada leads the game 1-0. They lead the second set 18-15. We're back in 30 seconds here on KVAY. This is a volleyball sports contest coming your way. Thank you very much for tuning in this Thursday night on your Sports Authority, 105.7 FM KVAY. Thank you for tuning in, be it on the radio or on YouTube and Facebook for live video streaming as we come out of the Eads Consumer Supply timeout. First one called this second set as they've just been going back and forth. Grenada leads 18-15 though here in the second set. Let's thank the historic Cow Palace Inn, Lamar Auto Parts, and Jan & Shoes and Mr. D Sports for sponsoring the sports broadcast. Flagler side bumped up high right in front of us, over in 3. Yeah, thank you to Arc Valley Vision Care, Lamar and LaHunta for my beautiful view here at courtside. Third hit, Flagler, bouncing off the net. Great reception by Pizarro, setting up Marquez Neugebauer left side, sending it to that back line. Out of bounds, point for Flagler. They trail by 2 here, getting deeper in the second set. Let's also thank Da Vinci Physical Therapy, Brew Unto Others, A1 Maryland Sales, and GN Bank of Lamar Needs. Thank you to our sponsors. Serve, received by Hernandez. Third hit, Quintana up and over, going for that back corner. Received. Wow, great work by Flagler with limited space to get that to work out. Williams setting up Quintana, running in on the downhill. Great little dink down. And once again, number 6 to number 3 getting it done for Flagler with Hermes and number 3 Riley Berry. Now serving Sydney Berry for Flagler as they trail by just 1 here in the second set. Let's also thank Cooks Floor & Wall, Community Insurance Agency, Tri-County Ford, and Coberly Realty. We thank each and every one of our sponsors. As Down Judge talking to the statisticians here. Hey, we got some sports broadcasts coming your way tomorrow, exclusively on YouTube and Facebook. Grenada at Sean Wells, 6-man football at 7. And then tomorrow exclusively on the radio, 7 p.m. start time, Holly at Springfield. But right now, volleyball game. What a shot there by Emerson Hernandez, popping it right to the very back line, right there on the line. And the visiting Lady Panthers of Flagler just thought it was going out, so they just backed off, let it go. But it stayed perfectly, and Layla Pizarro got a great jump serve right over the net. And it will be an ace for Pizarro, the freshman for Grenada. Looking to eke away the lead here. They lead 20-17 here in the second set. Another timeout called by Flagler. Let's thank Wallace Gas and Oil, Fellowship Credit Union, Cook Oil Company in Walsh, and Tavern 1301 for sponsoring the sports broadcast. Grenada leads 20-17 here in the second set. We're going to take a break. We're back in 30 seconds here on KVAY. Here at the Lamar Community Building with a rowdy Grenada, team and the fans too here at the Community Building. Game can be held at the Grenada High School. So here at the CB here in Lamar, hosting the visiting Lady Panthers of Flagler. Back in action as we come out of the Eads Consumer Supply timeout. Flagler ball, they trail by 3 deep in the second set. Received by Hernandez. Marquez Neugebauer getting set up on left side. Good kill attempt. Flagler, though, keeping alive. Off the hands of the blockers. Big kill for Riley Berry, the sophomore. Youngest player in the starting lineup for the visiting Lady Panthers. Now serving Mackenzie Schulte. Let's also thank Prowers Medical Center, Golden Plains Insurance Agency, McClave State Bank, and Eads Consumer Supply. Thank you to our sponsors as Quintana coming in downhill. Big kill. Lady Bobcats, they just got a very strong killing offense there, especially led by Hernandez, Quintana, and Coleman. Now serving Emery Marquez Neugebauer. Jump serve from the middle, receiving the back by the libero for Flagler. Third hit, little jumping over. Williams setting up Hernandez left side, going down the line. Flagler keeps it alive. They bump it up in the middle, bumped over in 3. Pizarro, Williams setting up. Coleman coming in downhill, received in the back. But the reception goes too close to the net, hits the net, falls on down. Grenada, they now lead by 4 points, only need 3 more to win the second set. They lead the game 1-0. Hey, let's thank the Grenada School District. Silva's Liquor Store, must be 21 to enter, 21 to purchase. Thank you to them for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast as Flagler hits it out. Point for Grenada. They lead 23-18 here in the second set as they were just back and forth for the majority of this second set. But Grenada leading here. Marquez Neugebauer, service line. Received by Boljack. Flagler ball bumped up high. Left side, set on over in 3. Received by Pizarro. Williams setting up. Quintana right there. Big kill. Set point for Grenada. They lead the game 1-0. Lead the second set 24-18. Hey, let's also thank the Grenada Stop to Shop. CNC Duval Ranch, Red Angus beef, breeding the best and eating the rest. Thank you to them for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. Served by Marquez Neugebauer, received by Flagler. Set point for Grenada. Bumped over in 3 by Flagler. Receive Coleman. Williams setting up Hernandez. Flagler, great resilience and awareness to stay alive. Popping it over in 3. Hernandez. Williams setting up Hernandez. Down the line, but just out. Flagler still got a snowball's chance here as Bulljack 7 out coming in. Isabel Shear. They trail 19-24. Let's see if Division Lady Panthers is able to get 5 straight points or Grenada takes a 2-0 lead here in the game. As that will be an ace. Good start for Flagler. But, the Grenada team, they've faced plenty of tough challenges this season, seasons prior. I believe it should be able to, take it here. Oh, right on over in 2. Good work by Williams. Now Williams setting up Emerson Hernandez left side. Received by Flagler. Flagler setting up third hit middle. Shear blocked. Oh, but it goes out just barely off the hands of Cameron Coleman. 3 straight points for Flagler. They still got a chance. 21-24 they trail. Still set point for Grenada. Still a rowdy sea of green here at the Lamar Community Building. Flagler can't take any more mistakes. But they do there. Big kill. Desirana Quintana gets it past the blockers. Assisted by Kinsley Williams. Second set ends 25-21. Grenada takes a 2-0 lead on the Prowers Medical Center scoreboard. Currently in between sets, would like to give a big thank you to Peacock Funeral Home, our in between set sponsor. Just like a great coach, Peacock Funeral Home understands that every situation is unique. Whether you're planning or facing a loss, their experienced team led by Clay and Cassie will work with you to create a personalized plan honoring your loved one's memory. Visit 209 South 4th Street here in Lamar or call 336-2234. Peacock Funeral Home, your trusted partner in times of need. Thank you to them for sponsoring our in-between sets. Grenada wins the first 25-9 in dominant fashion, but here in the second set, Flagler, we're showing a whole bunch of shine. Grenada, though, leads 2-0 after winning this set here, 25-21. Wouldn't be surprised if Flagler brings it back and sends it to possibly 4. But, big home, a hometown game for Grenada despite not being at home. Still packing up the Lamar Community Building. Been a fun game so far. Grenada leads 2-0. Going to take a quick 30-second break, and then we're back here on KVAY with some more volleyball. We've got a volleyball sports broadcast coming your way. Home team Granada Lady Bobcats hosting Flagler here at the Lamar Community Building. Grenada with a 2-0 lead in this game. Hey, let's thank Ace Tire Service, Peacock Funeral Home, Evergreen Electric, and Bison Title Company for sponsoring these sports broadcasts. Speaking of sports broadcasts, got double headers tomorrow and Saturday. First off tomorrow, 7 p.m. for both games. Exclusively on the radio will be Holly at Springfield 8-man football. And then exclusively on YouTube and Facebook tomorrow at 7, all of the call Grenada at Cheyenne Wells 6-man football. Then on Saturday, regional softball will be afoot. Lamar traveling up to Lions in their regional games. We'll be broadcasting that exclusively on the radio. Happening around the same time, I'll have the call. I'll be at the Wiley High School, the Seco Angels, hosting a Region 3. First game starting at 11 on Saturday for them. And that will be on YouTube and Facebook exclusively. So we have got Lamar and Seco Angels softball coming your way on Saturday. And then tomorrow, Holly Springfield football and Grenada Cheyenne Wells football. Whole bunch of good broadcasts coming your way. Grenada leads this game 2-0 as we're coming out of in-between sets. Starting with the ball will be Kinsley Williams. 4 aces to my count on the day. Hey, let's also thank Tri-State Body Shop, Arc Valley Vision Care, and Scooters Coffee. Thank you to our sponsors. Kinsley Williams waiting here to serve. Everybody getting set up on both sides. Yeah, Flagler, getting used to Grenada in that second set more. Able to actually get some blocks and work some very good offense against Grenada. But this game hasn't really been, not a lot of points have been awarded to either team too many times via, mess-ups like hitting out of bounds or service errors. It's been a pretty clean one, just played in the court, just volley against volley, and it's been great. Third hit over the blocker, received by Marquez Nugabauer. Grenada, third hit. Emerson Hernandez into the net, though. Had to jinx it, didn't I? Point for Flagler. They take the first point of the third set. Hey, let's also thank Joe's Sewer Rooter Service for sponsoring this Pacific Sports broadcast. And along with them, My Wholesale Products, located at 105 South Main Street here in Lamar. Got all the supplies you can ask for, from custodial to kitchen. They got everything. Thank you to them for sponsoring this Pacific Sports broadcast. As double hit for Flagler. Man, it's kind of looked like she hit the net there. Did Coleman for Grenada. Talking to the coach there for Flagler. Point for Grenada, though. 1-1 here is the score. Emerson Hernandez at the service line. Grenada leads the game 2-0. Early 1-1 tie here in the third. Setting up number 2, Shear, and big kill for her. First and second set, they were both close to the about 7th, 8th point. Then in the first set, Grenada just went on a crazy streak. But in that second set, Flagler, they just stayed on them. And that'll be an ace for the Flagler Lady Panthers. They lead by 2 points here in the third set. Like I was saying, Flagler, ranked 18th, 10-6, but not a bad team at all. Best one of the season. Beat, I believe, gave Evangel Christian Academy their first loss of the season. Evangel Christian Academy ranked 10th in the state in 1A. Double hit there, that time on Flagler, though. A lot of early double hits here in the third set. Right after I said most of the points have just been straight in the court and not, errors. That's just the broadcaster's jinx for you. 2-3, Grenada trails early in the first set. The third set. A service error there by Coleman results in a 2-point lead for Flagler. Serving here, number 10, the senior, Alexis Witt. Hey, let's also thank Hoffman Insurance Agency, Garden City Regional Airport, and a Rancher Supply Lamar Lahana for sponsoring the sports broadcast. Number 8, Layla Pizarro gets a kill. Popping it off the top of the net, falling on in. Assist for Kinsley Williams. Sub for Flagler. Riley Berry to the bench, coming in for her. Carly Gordillo. Layla Pizarro for Grenada, just got the kill, now with the jump serve. Setting up number 5, Schulte. Great kill for her. Flagler taking the initiative early here against the home team Grenada Lady Bobcats. Something to note so far is Coach Tylen Williams for the Lady Bobcats yet to call a single timeout this game. It's all been called by Flagler as Grenada has remained in the driver's seat for the majority of this game. Serve there, received. Marquez Nugabauer setting up. Coming left side, Kinsley Williams, good kill attempt. No dice, though, received Coleman. Williams setting up, Quintana running in on the back foot. Received by Flagler. Third hit, they bump it over from the middle. Received Pizarro. Williams setting up, Marquez Nugabauer left side. Pumping off the net on the Flagler side, over and 2. Receiving the back by Coleman. Grenada's got ball. Williams setting up, Quintana coming in. But getting blocked there at the net by Schulte. Schulte, very solid timing on her blocks. After that first set, just really nailing the timing of the Grenada Lady Bobcats. They're just their rhythm. Grenada side. And right there at the net, able to punch it on over. Number 3, Riley Berry. Grenada, I believe. Now down by 4, 3-7. Believe their largest deficit of the night. Received by Marquez Nugabauer. Third hit, though. Quintana coming in right down the line. Goes out of bounds, though. 5-point lead for Flagler. As had to jinx that one, too, as Coach Tylen Williams of Grenada calls their first timeout of the game. Grenada leads this game 2-0, but Flagler leads this third set 8-3 on the Prowers Medical Center scoreboard. We're back in 30 seconds here on KVAY. Getting ready to resume action of this volleyball game coming your way. Granada versus Flagler here at the Lamar Community Building in a non-league matchup. Flagler 10-6, Granada 15-2. Granada on a 4-game winning streak. Flagler's last games, they had a tournament over the weekend. They went 1-2. Flagler, though, they lead this third set 8-3. Cameron Coleman, big kill attempt. Flagler keeps it alive. They set it over. Get there for the block was Williams. Flagler, though, barely bumping it over in 3. Pizarro. Williams setting up Quintana. Too strong that time. 9-3, 6-point lead for Flagler as we come out of the Eads Consumer Supply timeout just called by Granada. Hey, let's also thank People's Credit Union of Lamar and Springfield, Colorado Mills, and Cheyenne County Abstract and Cheyenne Wells. Thank you to our sponsors. Over in 3 by Quintana. Third hit, though, down the middle. Riley Berry, great reception in the back by Hernandez. Popped over in 3 by Williams. Schulte setting up left side, popping it over the blockers. Way to be there by Pizarro. Now setting up Coleman from the middle. Now third hit, blocked there by Quintana. Keeping alive is Flagler. Here comes their third hit, send it over. Way to get there for Marquez Nugabar. Marquez Nugabar set up left side, blocked. Back and 1 by Marquez Nugabar, but it goes just out. Flagler leads 10-3 here in the third set. Hey, let's also thank Cook Oil Fuel Services in Walsh, the historic Cow Palace Inn, Lamar Auto Parts, and J&N Shoes and Mr. D Sports. Thank you to our sponsors. Set over in 2 by Williams. On the Granada side, Williams setting up Quintana. Blocked, back and 1 by Quintana. Yeah, this Flagler squad learning Granada's tendencies, but into the net they go. Point for Granada. Still trail by 6 here, 4-10 in the third set. Getting ready to serve Marquez Nugebauer as Flagler entering, their state of flow here. Granada down by 6 against a team that they've, been leading for the majority of the night. But now Flagler really contesting them here. Need the grit from Granada. Way to work out there. Over in 3, great reception by Layla Pizarro. Hitting her up high there. But keeps it alive. Over in 2, great little misdirect shot by Williams. Over in 3, great dig by Pizarro. Over in 2 by Williams. Flagler's got ball. Third hit here in the third set. Bumped up high. Williams setting up Quintana, just popping it over. Back at 1. Grenada's got it. We got a volley. Left side, Hernandez received in the back by Boljak. Flagler, though, nobody really going for it. Boljak saying her fault, but that's just a tough kill attempt to properly receive it. It just, arced right into the net there. Point for Granada on one heck of a volley. They trail 5-10 here in the third set. Serve by Marquez Nugebauer, gliding right over the net. Third hit, set over in 3. Little miscommunication there. Both 2 players going for it. One of them bumping it and unable to recover is Granada. Scoreboard 11-5. Flagler leading this third set. The Lady Panthers making a couple-hour drive here to Lamar. Putting in good work. Pumped over by Hernandez. Flagler, here comes third hit. Past the blocker, past the net. 12-5. Flagler leads this third set. Hey, let's also thank Da Vinci Physical Therapy, Brew and Others, and A1 Rental and Sales. Thank you to them for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. Third hit, Quintana popping it over. Over in 2, great work. Over in 2, Flagler side now. Third hit, right side, and big kill there for the Flagler Lady Panthers. 8-point lead, biggest lead of the day for them, 13-5. Granada really took it to him in that first set, 25-9. That second set, though, Flagler stayed on him for the majority of it, but Granada closed it out 25-21. But Flagler in the driver's seat here, despite that service error committed just now, giving Granada a point. Granada still trails 6-13 here in the third set. Granada, once again, their only 2 losses to teams ranked in the top 10 in Class 1A, one of them being the defending state champs, the McClave Lady Cardinals. But that'll be an ace for Daisy Rihanna. Quintana sends it right to the back row. She tried setting it up for Flagler, did she? And just popped right off her hands, right behind her. Point Granada. 7-13, they trail this third set. Got some work to do if they want to get the sweep done here at the community building. It's been a while since we got an ace into a service error. but happens here. I've been seeing quite a lot this season. Could just be a mental thing like, oh, I just served so good there. Let's try to recreate that thing. You might stray away from your teachings. Just might mess it up a little bit. Block attempts for Flagler, but they double hit it there. Point for Granada. Serving here, Kinsley Williams. Man, they scored like 8 points straight in that first set with Williams serving, because in the back they got Williams, Quintana, and Marquez Nugabar. In the front, Hernandez, Pizarro, and Coleman. All great on defense and offense, especially in their specific spots. Bumped over in 3 by Granada. Flagler ball. Third hit. Popping it over the blocker for a second. Over in 2 by Williams. Flagler bumps it up, high up, down the middle, into the net though by Riley Berry. Point for Granada. 3 straight for them, 9-14. They trail by 5 here. Let's also thank GN Bank of Lamar Needs, Cooks Floor and Wall, Community Insurance Agency, and Tri-County Ford. Thank you to our sponsors. Granada white jerseys, green lettering and trim. Flagler black jerseys, orange lettering and trim. They pop it over on the long shot. Granada, though, forming a counterattack. Emerson Hernandez off the hands of the blockers. They're able to dig it up. Here comes third hit. A little close to the net. They get it through. Granada ball, though. Cameron Coleman coming in with a bunch of momentum. Just a rocket shot there. Good assist by Kinsley Williams. That Williams to Coleman connection. Been putting in wondrous work for him this game. As Williams almost aces him. Way in the back for Flagler, but they bump it over in 3 successfully. Williams setting up Coleman coming in. She dinks it over the defense. Flagler keeps it alive. Blocked, though, by Cameron Coleman. Another one for her. As just like that, Flagler was up 13-5. But now they only lead 14-11. Granada bringing the comeback afoot. An ace there for Kinsley Williams. Head coach for Flagler calls a timeout. They were up by 8. Now they're only up by 2. Yeah, Lady Bobcats plenty of heart and spirit to bring something like that back. But let's see what happens if Flagler, this timeout, will get their heads back in the game. They regain their lead. Or if Granada, they just keep this momentum going and sweep them. Let's see what happens. We're back in 30 here on KVAY. Getting ready to bring you this sports broadcast is the home team Granada Lady Bobcats hosting Flagler here at the community building due to a suspected gas leak at Granada High School, so they shut the school down, But thankfully here at the community building instead, as the surrogate place they play, and the Lady Bobcats riding the momentum. Big kill there by Cameron Coleman, assisted by Kinsley Williams, as the Lady Bobcats keeping it on going. They only trail by 1 point here in the third set. Here comes third hit. Flagler into the net, though, as Granada, just like that, tie it up 14-all here in the third set. They were just down 13-5. Very similar to the JV game earlier. They got taken out pretty easy in that first set. But, top to bottom, Granada, as a community, as a school, filled with heart and energy. That JV team came back and reverse swept them. And right now, this Granada Bobcat squad, rightfully ranked 8th in the state in a 1A, just missing out on playoffs last year. We're looking to be back with a vengeance this year. Williams setting up Hernandez off the hands of the blockers. Flagler keeps it alive. Here comes third hit. Going left side, great reception. Hernandez set it up once again, partially blocked. A good dig on the Flagler side, bumped up high. Set over, another good reception by Hernandez over in 2. Flagler ball setting up, third hit on the back foot, too strong, as just like that, Granada was down 13-5, and now they're leading 16-14. They were down by 8, now they lead by 2 here in the third set here at the community building. Man, these Lady Bobcats taking it to Flagler here. Flagler, not a bad team at all, though. Ranked 18th in the state. Could see him making the state tournament in the coming month. Over in 3 by Hernandez. Flagler back over in 1. Received by Quintana. Setting up. Coleman coming downhill. Man, this Granada squad, they just know where to take their shots. They keep it right on the outer edge. Sometimes, about maybe 15% of the time it goes out of bounds, but the other 85% of the time, my goodness, that's just a shot you can't really save. Another ace for Kinsley Williams. They lead by 4 here in the third set. Like I was saying, they did this in the first set. They were only leading like 11-8 was Granada, and they made it 20-8 there with Kinsley Williams at the service line. They have just got a great lineup here. In the front, Coleman, Hernandez, and Pizarro. Hernandez, Williams setting up Coleman, coming in, popping it back. Flagler bumping it up. They trail by 4 here in the third set. Set over, but yeah, a little bit of a double tap. As, my goodness, Granada, they just keep it rolling here. Let's also thank Coberly Realty, Wallace Gas and Oil, Fellowship Credit Union, and Cook Oil Company, and Walsh. Thank you to our sponsor. Jump serve there by Williams. Flagler, here comes their third hit. Popping it over to the backside. Marquez Nugemeyer saves it. Third hit. Set over opposite, but wasn't strong enough. Fourth hit for the Granada Lady Bobcats. Good work by Coleman because, was hoping to meet a Flagler player there at the net, but she touched the ball first. But that's actually really smart on your, I never even thought about that, on your third, you've already had your third hit, but it's come down your side, but it's close enough to the net to hope somebody's there to dunk it down so you can say it's a reset of hits there. 2 straight points for Flagler, though. Only trail by 3. Had an 8-point lead. Let's see if the Lady Panthers can bring it back or if that comeback by Granada, shocked them mentally. Volleyball, like all sports, especially high school, big mental game. Great adjustment there. Coleman almost getting the kill. Flagler blocked by Coleman. Keep it alive to the Lady Panthers. Third hit once again into the net there, though, by Clara Hermes. Point for Granada. They lead 20-16 in the third set. They lead the game 2-0. Let's also thank Tavern 1301, Prowers Medical Center, and Golden Plains Insurance Agency. Thank you to our sponsors, as that'll be an ace for Emerson Hernandez at the service line, 21-16. Another timeout called by Flagler, as 21-16, Granada leads this third and possibly final set. They lead the game 2-0. Hey, let's also thank McClave State Bank, Eads Consumer Supply for bringing us our timeouts, Ace Tire Service, and Peacock Funeral Home. Thank you to our sponsors. We're going to take a 30-second break, and then we are back here on KVAY bringing you some varsity volleyball. Back in 30. We got a varsity volleyball contest coming your way as you're tuning into your sports authority, KVAY. Granada hosting Flagler here at the Lamar Community Building. And despite being 20 minutes away from Granada, man, they filled the place with a sea of green here. Lovely to see. Game officially back underway. And that will be a redo. Okay, that's good to know that rule. What happened there was served, was bumped up high, and then hit the basketball hoop back here at the community building. And they're just saying, reset it, redo the serve. Little pop off the blockers. Granada ball. Williams setting up Coleman, coming downhill. Another big kill for Cameron Coleman. Granada, 3 more points, and they win this game in a 3-set sweep. And let's also thank Evergreen Electric and Bison Title Company. We thank all our sponsors. Emerson Hernandez, jump serve, right side, received by Flagler. Flagler able to barely pop it over on 3. Let's see if they can support a comeback similar to Granada, or if Granada ends it, because they just might, as Cameron Coleman with a big kill there. 23-16. Grenada leads this third set by 7 points. They lead the game 2-0. Let's also thank Tri-State Body Shop, Arc Valley Vision Care, and Scooters Coffee for sponsoring these sports broadcasts. Third hit, popping it over by Shear. Grenada, though, calm, composed. Marquez Nugabar a little strong. Oh, they're saying deflected. Line judge saying deflected off the hands of a Flagler player. As Grenada match point, Emerson Hernandez with the jump serve. Receive Flagler. Got a lot of work to do if they want to try to bring it back into the net, though. Ace for Emerson Hernandez, 25-16. Grenada wins this third set. They take care of business in 3 sets on the sweep against Flagler. Props to this Flagler squad. Showed a lot of grit and grind here against the Granada Lady Bobcats. Hope to see more of them in the future. Very fun team to call. But Grenada wins this game in 3 sets. We're going to take a 1-minute break, and then we're back with the McClave State Bank post-game show. Back in 1 minute. I am here live at the Lamar Community Building, bringing you the post-game show of this game. But real quick, that was beautiful to see both Flagler and Grenada, both teams, athletes and staff just come together in a circle and praying here on the court. That's always lovely to see here. But time to bring you the McClave State Bank post-game show. How important is convenience? What if you didn't have to drive to the bank and wait in line at the drive-thru? McClave State Bank now offering convenient mobile banking and mobile deposit. They offer fast, efficient service and a friendly staff that can handle all your banking needs. You'll save time with the convenience and ease of their online banking. And for even more convenience, you can stop by in Lamar at their newest location at 309 East Olive Street. Lovely facility over there. McClave State Bank, small enough to serve you well. Member FDIC. Grenada takes care of business. That first set was a real tone setter, winning 25-9. Didn't even let Flagler hit double-digit points. Thought, okay, this is going to be easy from here out. But Flagler, though, man, that second set, they stayed on them. Grenada was able to win it 25-21, though. Then Flagler, that third set, forcing head coach Tylen Williams of Grenada to call a timeout. Her first one the whole game because Grenada had just, been in the driver's seat since the beginning of the match. But they were down 13-5, down by 8. Despite being that early in the set, that's still tough to come back from. And they're down 13-8, and they eventually made it 18-14. And they just kept it from there, 25-16. Grenada wins that third set. A 3-set sweep for the considered home team, Lady Bobcats. Once again, this game was not held at the Grenada school due to a suspected gas leak. So here at the Lamar Community Building, but, they still packed it up with a sea of green. Flagler, they were pretty loud, a couple hours away. Not too many fans came because, pretty solid drive for a Thursday night. But, they were loud, vocal, happy to see. Very fun team were the Flagler Lady Panthers to call. A lot of energy from them. But very fun game overall. Grenada gets it done in 3. Finally, time to bring you the MVP presented by Golden Plains Insurance. Golden Plains Insurance in Lamar, Springfield, Walsh, Rocky Ford, and Eads, bringing a lifetime of experience to the table when they discuss your farm and ranch insurance needs. They're committed to you, not just some corporation, so they have the freedom and authority to create the perfect policy, custom designed for your operation. Independent and homegrown just like you, Golden Plains Insurance, prepared for your future. First off, once again, props to the Flagler Lady Panthers, putting a lot of work. Mackenzie Schulte, very good at the blocks, got quite a few today after that first set, able to read Grenada's attacking patterns a little better. Both Berries, Riley and Sydney, putting in good work as the the respective sophomores and juniors. You know, their senior libero, Kyra Boljak, very solid. Alexis Witt, very good as well. And Isabel Shear, solid. Just very fun team top to bottom for Flagler. They fall to 10-7 overall. While looking at the Lady Bobcats, you know, there's one name for sure at the top of my head. But, you know, props to everybody on this Bobcat team for just sticking through it, especially that third set. We're down by 8. Never let it get to their heads, and they just kept it on going here. But, you know, props to every one of them. Kinsley Williams, great assist, you know, day in, day out. She's a junior, and she's almost got that stuff perfected. Desirana Quintana, also a junior. Great there right at the net. Wonderful work. Great on defense as well. Layla Pizarro, incredible on defense. You know, ate the ball hard earlier and kept the ball alive. They won that point. You know, Marquez Nugabar, very solid as a sophomore for him. You know, an all-rounder there. But a Golden Plains Insurance MVP, going to go to the freshman, Cameron Coleman. Man, she's just kind of cheat code here. You know, as just a freshman, you know, tall and great jumping power. Love that setup they do. Williams setting up Coleman. Coleman just runs and jumps and just slams it on down. It's a great combo, tough to deal with. You know, Flagler were able to get a couple blocks on it, but more often than not, you know, 9 times out of 10, you know, Cameron Coleman was just slamming it down. Great work in the back row as well when it came to defense. She'll be winning our Golden Plains Insurance MVP. Final score, Grenada wins this one 3-0 on the Prowers Medical Center scoreboard against the visiting Flagler Lady Panthers. Before I sign off, things I would like to mention. First off, next broadcast coming your way. We got a 2 for tomorrow, exclusively on the radio. Holly at Springfield 8-man football. Then exclusively on YouTube and Facebook, also starting at 7 tomorrow. I'll have the call. Grenada at Shinewells 6-man football. Be sure to check out our YouTube and Facebook, KVAY1057 for that. And then Saturday, softball regionals. On the radio, we'll have Lamar at Lions, and then on YouTube and Facebook, we'll have the Angels hosting it in Wiley. So a whole bunch of sports broadcasts coming your way to close the week. A big thank you to all the following for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. Thank you to the Grenada School District. Silva's Liquor Store, must be 21 to enter, 21 to purchase. Grenada Stop to Shop. CNC Duval Ranch Red Angus Beef, breeding the best and eating the rest. My Wholesale Products, located at 105 South Main Street here in Lamar. And at Joe's Sewer Rooter Service. Thank you to all of them for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. Final score, 3-0. Grenada takes care of business against Flagler. Flagler falling to 10-7. Grenada, 5-game winning streak now, 16-2. Thank you very much for tuning in. That'll do it for the broadcast. I was your host tonight, Ethan Smith-Senna. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate each and every one of our sponsors. Big thank you to Christy back at the station for board hopping, keeping it rolling as always. As you're listening to Your Sports Authority, 105.7 FM, KVAY, and as always, you have a great rest of your night.